Hey guys, Ed here. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to part 2 of our U.S. self-propelled 155mm gun M40 defense weapon. And on the last video, we ended it, I should say, at this point here, which was on step 3. Okay. We completed steps 1 through 3, and you can see that on the previous video to this one, okay? And we're going to be picking things back up on step 4, and we're going to work our way forwards until, we're going to try to keep these videos about 20 minutes or so that they're at least somewhat watchable, right? And this kit here, other than the diorama that we're going to be doing, but the actual physical build of this kit shouldn't be a whole lot to it. I'm thinking maybe we can get it done in 3 or 4 sittings, okay? But anyway, so this is where we left off on step 3. We are moving on to step 4, and that is calling for us to put in these air breathers, right? Or air filters, air cleaners. So let's go ahead and do that. Normally I have everything cleaned up and ready to go, and I do on the other pieces, but for some reason I forgot this. So let me just clip these out really quick, okay? It'll only take a second here, and we'll get these glued up and installed. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. It is Monday, as of the filming of this, Monday the 29th, right, almost to the end of the month already. Let me go ahead and get these guys cut out too, right? And yeah, I appreciate everybody following along with this build, guys. This is one of the ones that I am eager to get into. I was looking forward to getting back on the bench with this one. And as you know, I'm working 2 kits at a time. I got this one that I'm building, and then we're also doing our 1/16 King Tiger. And I just finished up that video on that one, and I was kind of looking forward to getting back to this one. This one holds a lot of interest to me, not only because of what it is, but like I said, I want to do my first diorama. And this one has the soldiers and the whole, the whole shebang, so we should be able to, make a nice diorama with it, I should say. There we go. We'll let that sit. So far on this kit, guys, but it is a Tamiya kit. It has been very clean. Very, very, very little, if any, cleanup needed to be done. And as I say that, I find a little burr right here, but that's just where it was on the sprue. There we go. Yeah, but it's been an easy kit. This one here, as far as assembly and instructions, reading the instructions, everything's been really, really simple. And I think that's the norm for the Tamiya kits, right? There it goes. All right, so these guys are going to be going. Let me find the piece that we're looking for, which is right here. And those are going to be going to this back side. Let's do a little test bit so we can make sure that that's exactly where those pieces are going to be going. Like that. Okay, yeah. Whoops. And I did buy the aftermarket cannon for this one. And I did show that on the unboxing. If you're interested in seeing that, go back to the unboxing, or you can just wait for, when we attach it to our gun here. There we go. But the instructions have been very, very simple on this. And I'll show you something here in a minute, guys. Let me get this piece in here. There we go. But you can see, like with the instructions, how simple everything is laid out, right? I mean, Tamiya does a great job with their instruction booklets. And like I said in past videos, Trumpeter is my go-to kits. I love Trumpeter. They build some beautiful ships. Their detail is phenomenal on their kits, as is the fits of their kits. However, their instruction sheets leave a little bit to be desired, and yeah, they're not the easiest to read, and that's the most challenging part of a Trumpeter kit. It's not the actual, the physically putting the kit together. It's the instructions. Isn't that crazy? All right, so now this guy, let's see here. We want to make sure we get it right the first time. So they got it facing, let's see. Yeah, this is going in like this, right? Yes, that's the way that's going to go. All right, just double checking my work, guys. Get some glue on these parts. Here we go. And it sets right in there. It's once you push it in, you can feel where it goes. And there it goes. And it's got a back piece that it butts up against, so you can it'll only go in one way. You can't really mess it up. There we go. All right, cool. And then it has us putting this piece in. Now this, I want to make sure, I don't know if this is directional or not. It looks as though it could be. So let's see if we can figure out. Okay, so it looks like it's showing that the lip is facing to the outside, like this. And then it's going to sit right into these two slots. Let me bring this camera in, guys, so we can see what we're doing here. A little bit better, right? All right, so yeah, these pieces here will be sliding into here, and that piece is going to be setting in between there. So let's go ahead and make that happen. And then we're going to be messing with some Photoetch in this video here, guys. We got our Photoetch grills that we are going to be... Hang on. Just want to make sure I got this right. Okay. It's going to be just like that. All right, let me give this just a couple minutes to dry, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, guys. Then we got part B6 that needs to go right in there like that. So let's go ahead and commit to that. Now, does that drop all the way down? It looks like it goes all the way to the bottom like that. Oh yeah, it does, see, because it's got to close in this box here. This is the front of that box. Just like that. Okay. Alright, I'm going to hold that there, give it a few minutes to set up, guys, and we'll be right back, okay? Okay, so then it has us putting B7. Where's B7 going? It looks like it goes right back over top of the one that we just put in there, doesn't it? Which is kind of odd because it's covering up that detail of the boxes underneath. Yeah, looks like that's the way that goes. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Because you can see they put detail of the boxes, handles, and everything inside of there. And then we're putting another one right over top of this one, so that's going to hide all that. Okay. There you go. Okay, we're just going to hold that to place here, guys, until that sets. But yeah, that's the way that looks like that goes. Okay, so we got part B15, and it has two little posts that are sticking out here, and those are going to be landing on these little circles right here, okay? And then the edge of that's going to be laying onto this lip here. So let's see if we can make that happen. Alright. And these two holes back here go to the back. It's just like that. Perfect. Okay. Back this back up a little bit here. So there's where we're at. Nothing too difficult too far, right? I am going to just apply a little bit more glue to these areas here, just to make sure that it's grabbing good. I don't think these are at any type of a stress point, so it's probably not crucial that we gunk this thing up with glue. There we go. Okay guys, let's give that a few minutes to set up, and then we got some Photoetch that we're going to be putting in here, and I got that sheet right here, so I'm going to go ahead and get, well, let me get out of that package because it's full of glare right there, right? Alright, there we go. Yeah, we'll get these cut out and we'll get those assembled onto our whatever this platform is. I guess it's the motor housing, right? That's where our motor is going to be, our breathers. So let me go ahead and get these Photoetch pieces cut out. We'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. I got our first piece cut out here. And we will be using CA to fasten this to the plastic, okay? So let me set that to the side. And I saved these caps, guys, off of my water bottles, and I have a whole mess of them right here. There you go, you can see them. And they're perfect for mixing small amounts of paint or even like little dabs of CA. So save your water bottles, they work perfect for little things like this. And like I said, you can turn it over and make a little bowl out of it. You know, mix up small amounts of paint that you know, if you're hand brushing something. There we go. And we're just going to dab the corners of this here because I don't want that CA to get into the holes of our PE, because you'll see that once we paint it over. Just put a little bit on the corners. There we go. There we go. Let's give that just a couple minutes to grab. We'll be right back. Okay guys, we got that one on there. Let's move on to this other one, PE5. There we go. And that lays in there beautifully. It's like perfect. And even the PE, it's the strong, heavy PE, guys. It's not like the really thin brass one. This one's like really, really thick, so it holds its form. There we go. Okay, we got one more to go. And let me get that cut out. We'll be right back. All right, we'll do the same thing on this one, guys. We'll wipe a little bit of CA just on the edges. We don't want to go crazy. Because you get CA in those holes and then on the PE, and then once we paint it, you can see it. The holes look solid at that point because it's filled in with glue, right? So we just want to make sure we keep it on the edges, and that's it. There we go. Just like that. All right, cool. And there still is some PE left in on this sheet, guys. I'm assuming it's going to be going somewhere in our build. It's just not calling for it right now, so we'll put this back inside its plastic little case here where we can keep it protected. And let's take a look at this instructions. Let's see where we're going from here. I'm going to give these just a few minutes to dry, but that gives us opportunity to see what's coming up next. So let me take a look at that. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so these next pieces, C23 and C35, which are side pieces, and I had to do a little bit of studying to kind of figure it out. However, if you look, there are, whoops, I remember my camera. There are these splines, okay, and those fit inside of here. And then the rest of it all just kind of goes together. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just like that. And you can see everything else fits from that point. It does not slide forwards or backwards. What I'm going to do is hold this right here the best I can. And we're going to get some glue on there. Let me get this camera up, guys. See what's going on here. Sorry about that. Yeah, it took me a few minutes to figure that out. I was like, because the instructions were kind of vague as far as how those attach, but no, it makes sense. So just go off of those grooves that fall into these holes here, and then the rest of it will fall into place. And put just a little bit along the bottom too. Okay, cool. And then we get the other side to do the same way. Okay. Alright, I think that's it, right? I like that. Alright, let's give that, I'm going to hold that a few minutes and let that set. Okay, so next it has us putting on part C8, and that's simply going to just land right here just like that. Just like that. And then we're going to end this video here sometime soon. It's already getting 20-something minutes. It seems like we just got started. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Here we go. And that fits in there just like it should. No issues. Right there. Don't move. Alright, then it just has us putting this little box together here. These are parts D30 and D29. And I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. A fuel tank maybe of some sort. It's like that. Okay. And then that guy is going to go right in here. Let's see if we can get in here a little bit. try it from this angle. There we go. Just about like that. Okay. And there we go. So that completes step 6 of our Tamiya 155mm gun, our M40. And we're going to end this right here, only because I'm trying to keep these within 30-minute videos, you know, at least somewhat watchable. And when they go on like an hour, hour and a half or so, it gets monotonous, and people just tend to fast forward through stuff. 20 minutes, I think, is a good amount of video. We didn't get a whole lot accomplished on this one here, but we did make some progress. We got some PE put in. We started filling our hole in. Our hole's starting to take shape now. And yeah, so we are gonna leave it at this one. Alright guys, so I'll see you on the next video. Next video we're gonna pick up right back up where we left off, and we're gonna start off on step 7, which looks like we're gonna be assembling the front half of our gun. And then we're going to move on into the hatches and so forth. So, alright guys, everybody have a great week. Thank you so much for following along with this build. And I'm having a blast with this one. So far, like I said, I've had 0 fit issues. The instructions are laid out beautifully. Very, very easy to read. So yeah, up to this point, it's been an enjoyable build. So, alright guys, we'll leave it at that. Once again, thank you for watching. Follow along with this build, guys. Hit that subscribe button. And I also got the King Tiger that we're building, side by side to this one. We're going back and forth between the two. So the next video I've put out will be on the Trumpeter 1/16 scale of our King Tiger, and then we'll come back to this one after that one. So, alright guys, everybody have a great week. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.